All right, everyone, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today's Monday, October 28, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Again, just 4.5 days left to take advantage of site-wide sale. Big deals there. Awesome stuff going on, and there's going to be a lot of trades in the next 2 weeks. The fireworks will start tomorrow, folks. So best time to get on board now. Anyways, let's get into it here today. So markets, I kind of talked about this with members this morning. I said, don't expect much here. We gapped up there, on de-escalation or lack of escalation. Look, it's really just nonsense. Oil down here. Oil down 5%. It did go right into that trend line there around that 67 handle, and that's where it bounced. And I don't know, ES gap up, I don't trust this at all. So the reason for that is specifically Globex gaps are notorious for filling very quickly. But SPX here, you notice something? We didn't break above the trend line. We didn't gap above the trend line. If we gapped above, if we gapped up to 58.50, I'd say, oh yeah, we're probably going to gap and go. But it's just kind of a purposeless gap. There's no conviction to it. Kind of up on air, so I think we can fill that tomorrow, the next day, whenever, sometime this week. Is there anything that might be a catalyst for that? Oh, that's right. Microsoft earnings, Google, Visa, Snapchat, AMD, Apple, Amazon, all reporting this week. Tomorrow, JOLTS, 10 a.m., ADP Wednesday, jobless claims Thursday, PCE Thursday, GDP, non-farm payroll Friday. So we have plenty of catalysts here for volatility. We knew today was going to be quiet. I figured it would be. I didn't think it'd be a 15-point range quiet, but it definitely was. So we will see some volatility here over the next day or so. And right now, short term, locally, 58. I mean, this trend line here is definitely being respected here. We tried to break above it. We talked about the failed breakout. When we went back, right back there today, high of the day, we've backed off. But you do have higher lows here. So that's your positive. But right now, locally, short term, 58.50 is resistance. 58.20 is still a point of control. And then I'm just going to say 58 even. And that's mainly because it's coinciding with this trend line here. And, pretty much the 20-day moving average. I mean, the 20 DMA will probably be up to about 57.90. What's that right now? 57.94. Yeah, it'll be at like 57.99 tomorrow probably. So, tight range. We know volatility is coming. We've been in a range really for 10, 11 days now. So we should get a move. Trend is up here. Markets not showing any problems. Volatility continues to hold up. VIX down 82 cents. VIXy down 5% today. VIX futures down almost 6. And this market is got that beach ball quality to it right now. So let's take a look. We normally save yields for after we do a few things. By the way, Bitcoin new highs here. Why do I say the beach ball? We're above 4.1 on the twos, and right now Fed funds, I was just told, is pricing in a 25 basis point cut. No, unless this starts going the opposite way, really soon. So if they cut 25 basis points, 4.82. So 4.57, that would be your new Fed funds. That is way close. That is way too close. I mean, I'm not a banker, but I know it's like that spread's way too. That's way too close. I think they already went way too aggressive at the 50 basis points. Also, 2s and 10s. If this starts going the opposite direction, which it has been a little bit lately. That could be a problem too. But the market is like a beach ball right now. This is happening, right? 30-year new high here, 4.5. Mortgage rates, 7% again. I thought the Fed was cutting, right? So that's sort of the risk here. If the market can actually realize that volatility, a lot of hedges are on right now surrounding this week and next week. Why? Because Microsoft earnings, Apple earnings, jobs data, election, FOMC next week, right? So there's lots of pinning that's going on here and keeping us from staying down for too long. We'll see what happens after that. A lot of event volatility should roll off, which could be a tailwind. I'm just not sure how long it's going to last. I would prefer personally to see the market down as much as as possible into that. That way, those hedges can act as fuel. But I don't know how much fuel we can have if we're just continuing to melt up into it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. S&P again, tight range. We'll see. Again, 58.50 short term and 5,800 on the low end. I think if we lose 5,800, we should go down and test 57, 56.75. Qs here again, still got that 500 psych resistance, DAX resistance as well. Friday's high, and then of course 503. This has a little bit more room though, right? Look at how much higher off of the trend line this is than the S&P. So Qs start to outperform. Another thing that's outperformed specifically today was the IWM. So there are ascending triangles still nicely intact. That wouldn't surprise me if we had to pull back and do some backing and filling, maybe fill some of this gap here. You can see the RTY got the same gap that the ES does, but nice move today. And again, I think small caps will make all-time highs. Maybe sometime in the next quarter, conservatively. Won't be in a straight line, but I think we're starting to get there. Dow here up 3 points on the DIA. Good bounce here. Needed it because that was not a good close Friday. I don't like that you closed back below was weekly resistance. Was resistance, now it's support. And that's really the only technical damage on the majors that I can see. But was able to bounce right back up today. SMH here, still kind of soft. Nvidia, kind of a nothing burger today. TSM had some news. Their chips being found in the Huawei phones. Down 4% here. Again, haves versus have-nots. ASML, Qualcomm, Intel, AMAT, KLA. Non-AI names particularly are a bit weaker. We get AMD earnings tomorrow too. Cloud, nothing wrong here. Up 23 cents. Just a pullback pattern. Transport's pretty strong. Back above 16.2. Again, big ascending triangle on the weekly. XHP with a nice bounce, but it came off the highs. This is weak here. This appears to be respecting rates for once, because XHP never respects anything. But it appears to be respecting rates. That's an outside move on the weekly with volume. And we lost my 120 level there. So I'm going to say XHP is vulnerable down to about 111. Unless you reclaim 120 here. VNQ, inside day, lower high. If we take out that current low, we'd be looking at probably 92 here. XLF was very strong today. Outside move on Friday, right? Gap and crap, engulfing the last 3 days, but very good bounce today. If we can close above that high, all is well. KRE, also a very good day. That's helping the Russell out a ton. There's your KBE as well. And then broker dealers here. Oh my God, I'm so shocked. Broker dealers are at all-time highs. Unbelievable. No one could have predicted that. All right, oil here again. Nice bounce off of the 67 handle. It was up about $1 off the lows. Actually, yeah, $2. Sorry, like $1.20 off the lows. At one point today, I think this is a flush out and a liquidity grab personally. It just seems very contrived. So Israel actually did what they were intending to do, which is, with their bombing runs and stuff. I don't know. This just seems way too overdone here. Especially with yields, basically marching higher again. XLE, I came really close to buying this dip here this morning, but I just never like jumping in front of a Monday morning like gap down when it's that deep. Now, obviously I wish I did, but we went right into the trend line there and nice rally. If this starts to work its way back up above 90, you're going to get a squeeze. So I think these energy stocks here are interesting. Exxon, Chevron, Conoco earnings later this week, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. XOP, good bounce there as well. Notice this, right? XLE's been the leader lately, right? What's different about this versus OP and OIH? OIH is inside of Thursday's low. XOP is inside of Thursday and Wednesday's low. XLE is not, or rather it just barely tapped the low end of the range greatly. So XOP and OIH are showing signs of being overdone. I think the OIH here has a nice tight falling wedge. Let me just check the RSI on this too. Okay. Okay, I was wondering if there might have been a divergence, but maybe on the 4 hour. Yep. So there is on the 4 hour and hourly. Doesn't look bad. So I'm thinking these energy stocks, like this is just a liquidity grab. That's my opinion. CCJ bouncing at the 20 moving average as expected. All is fine there. NM and J acting well. ACLO making new highs. SMR making new highs. So everybody's favorite are still running there. Nat gas doing nat gas things. Just a casual 11% drop. And which is, this is why nat gas, these guys are, this market is sharks. They close it back above support or resistance rather on a weekly, and then they just gap it down. Just gap it down, drop 11%. We will be on Z tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think most people are on Z now, but they will officially be on it tomorrow. And by the way, there's almost 60 cents of contango in this. So we're going to gap up to, what was that, 84? So the continuous is going to be up here. So when I said that this will be into the low threes later this year, this is what I meant. Based on the Z, if this actually puts in a higher low, yeah, I could see maybe as high as 360, 370. That's not me saying it's going to go that high. That's kind of where I would say the high end of the move would be for November. Usually it has a pretty good pump into the late fall, and then it's done. So I know this is a pretty sharp slice here today, but nat gas can do crazy things that you wouldn't expect. Dollar index here flat. A little overbought daily, but if this consolidates the move, it can go higher. It's pure and simple. Precious metals still acting very well. Gold still inside of that reversal candle, but if it works off the condition, it'll just go higher. I think this wants to go to test 2850. Silver pulling back here again, just kind of an inside day. I want to see it stay above 33 really, and definitely 32. But no problems right now. Platinum, nice inside bar on the daily. If we can get through 1060, I think we can see 1080, 1085. And palladium continuing to march higher as well. Next level is 1250, and then through that about 1300. Copper, volatility is coming soon on copper. So look at the tight range here. That's not going to last long. So this is going to pick a direction. I don't have a bias here. The trend is neutral. But what you do have is higher lows. So if we can get back above 440, I think this can run. I don't want to see it below 425. But volatility is coming there. Bitcoin new highs. So another higher high. And this weekly base continues to just fill out. Monthly look. A couple days left to close the month out too. So just a consolidation at 69, and that's what I said. I don't think 69 is going to hold it for very long, and we didn't even pull back. We pulled back for what, 2 days, 3 days, not even. That's it. So 75 is kind of the next level there. I don't think these pivots are all that strong. Maybe a little bit, but all right. Yeah. So spiders again. Look around 58 even. Looks like we're dipping a little bit now. Yeah. So maybe we can get down. It's gonna be funny. We got about 4 minutes left. I swear to God, they're gonna close this thing at 580 again. So nobody could have predicted that either. So we'll see. Well, I've been telling you guys that's the point of control. That's the level. And there we are, 58.20, 580. Again, I think this gap gets filled at some point this week. We have enough catalysts, volatility catalysts, for the market to move. So we'll see if that comes true in the short term. But until then, we got to just let the market get through this data. Should be a fun week here. Really, the next week and a half is going to be non-stop action-packed. So anyways, guys, kind of wrapped up here. Again, you guys Take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I will see you guys all tomorrow.